Is up, Packer fans? Back again. The Packers lost 16-22 in overtime against the Chicago Bears in Chicago. Jordan Love got knocked out early. I think it was Booker. I think it was number 96. I'm not sure, but kind of a helmet to helmet, led with the head right to Love's head. Love kind of went down a little bit to kind of take the blow, but the guy led with his head. Definitely a dirty hit. Definitely a dirty player. Jordan Love went out for the game at that point, concussion. Malik Willis had to come in. He played really well, led a drive, scored a touchdown, nice throws, really good on with his feet. Definitely a little bit more elusive and better scrambling ability than Jordan Love. So I love seeing that out of Malik. He's really fun to watch. Obviously, Packers kept it close all game. You know, they had the lead. 5 minutes to go. They had a 10-point lead. They did it again. They had a 9-point lead with about 25 minutes to go against the Broncos. 10-point lead with 5 minutes to go against the Bears. Bears go for the field goal. They make it a 7-point game. Go for the onside kick. Flashbacks of 2014 NFC title championship game against the Seahawks. The onside kick. Brandon Bostic, we all know, missed the one in 2014. Romeo Doubs was about to get it. Looks up, kind of lost track of where the ball was. The Bears got to him, recover the fumble, and then go down to lead another touchdown drive. Caleb Williams threw a touchdown to the back of the end zone to the rookie. I forgot his name, but Walker, I think, number 20. Second catch of his career was a touchdown. Nixon got burned, was a miscommunication on the back end. He did not know where he was supposed to be. It looked like he was a wide open pitch and catch to tie the game. And then in overtime against DJ Moore, Keyshawn Nixon burned again. He got burned twice in about 10-15 minutes for touchdowns to lose the game for the Packers. Obviously, Josh Jacobs, big fumble inside the 5-yard line. Packers were going to go in for the go-ahead score, push the lead, or get a field goal at least to kind of stretch the lead. Jacobs fumbles there. Huge opportunity for Green Bay, lost. Jacobs was injured in and out of the game throughout the game. Should have just left Wilson in there. He was playing really well. 14 carries, 82 yards for Wilson. And obviously Malik, 121 yards and a touchdown. But not having Jordan Love throughout the game really kind of strained the offense a little bit. Obviously, Malik kept the ball going, and the Packers really played well on defense. The Bears only scored 6 points to the 5-minute mark in the game. Only 6 points. They ended up getting a field goal, ended up getting closer with the touchdown, obviously tying the game at the end. But Matt LaFleur, obviously coaching changes, obviously, when Jordan Love goes out, Malik comes in, obviously a big game plan switch. But the Packers, really had the momentum until you could feel it switch. Obviously, that onside kick, a big momentum switch, the fumble, like I said. Obviously, the Packers couldn't get a lot of pressure on Caleb Williams throughout the game, and no sacks. Obviously, Micah Parsons not being out there hurt Green Bay. We did get after him a little bit, bringing some exotic blitzes and things like that, but it just, everything we did, Caleb kind of had an answer for, and then that one to tie the game. The guy was just wide open. Nixon didn't know what he was supposed to do. And for Green Bay, big time loss. They dropped to 9-5-1. We'll have to see where they're at in the NFC for the playoff picture. Bears jumped to 11-4. They're pretty much going to win the division. Detroit has a big game they have to win. And then Green Bay has the Ravens next week at Lambeau, Saturday night. Come back and watch and like and subscribe to that video. And then the Packers following week, they go to Minnesota on Sunday to face off against the Vikings. So 2 more games to go. Packers pretty much have to win out to get in the playoffs. They don't want to have to worry about other teams having to lose for them to get in. They need to win the next 2 games. Jordan Love, will have to see how he is, concussion protocol, but if Malik has a whole week to prepare, I think Willis will be really good against the Ravens. Obviously, we'll play Lamar Jackson, and we'll have to stop his dual threat. But Green Bay, at receiver, Doubs had a good game, 5 catches, 84 yards. He did catch the touchdown, but he is the one that dropped the onside kick. I'm sure he's going to have flashbacks of that for the next week. And then Musgraves played well. He had a nice little rapport with Willis in there, and he had 3 grabs, 38 yards. Jaden Reed, 3 catches, 35 yards. They got him going on some end rounds and stuff. They just didn't really get much going with those. They've had some success in the past. They used Savion on those. They used Golden on those, and they used Reed on those. A lot of people were touching the ball in the running game. Brooks, Golden, Reed, Love, Williams, Jacobs, Willis, and Wilson all ran the ball for Green Bay. So a lot of different ways to run the football. Just not enough at the end. And then the fourth quarter, we got the ball. Willis had just kind of got plowed into the ground, maybe messed his shoulder up a little bit. We tried to go for it. We went for it on fourth down, and the snap was a bad snap. It went behind the quarterback, and then Wilson actually picked it up, and he almost broke through and lunged for the first down, but he was just like a yard and a half short. So that was Bears ball, and then the Bears went for the big time shot. We did have a 3rd and like 4. They got a nice run where Quay Walker ended up having to get him. Or no, I think X ended up saving the day on that one. Quay ended up getting, the first play was he got dragged a little bit. Quay could have had him for a 2-yard gain, ended up being like a 6-yard gain. And then they went for the deep shot. Nixon got burned. I don't know where X was on that play. Probably was doing his assignment, but I like, in any situation to always have X be the deepest man on the field, regardless, obviously, of the coverage. But for the Packers, huge loss. Obviously, having Jordan Love go out, not having Josh Jacobs for most of the game. The Bears also didn't have Roman Nunze again, and their rookie wide receiver Luther Burden. But let me see what that guy's name is, since I messed it up already once. Just because he scored the touchdown for the Bears. I thought I was close with it. I went to the wrong one. Anyway, so, no, this is it now. Let me just check. I don't want to be wrong. Yeah, so it was Walker. Jade Walker, number 20. So, yeah, he's the one that caught the big catch in the end zone to tie the game. And then, like I said, DJ Moore. But Nixon, 2 big-time plays late in the 4th, in overtime, got burned on both, 4 touchdowns. The first one was a miscommunication, but just a tough way to lose for the Packers. Obviously, like I said, flashbacks of 2014 title game against the Seahawks when Bostic dropped it. But Packers can still make the playoffs. It looks like it's going to be a wild card round matchup against the Bears. The 2 seed and the 7 seed play. Bears are going to probably be the 2 seed. And then the Packers, if they can get in, it'll probably be in the 7 seed. We'll see how it kind of shapes up the next few weeks. But getting to 10 wins is going to be big. Packers got to get to 10 wins to just make the playoffs probably. 11 is going to be what it probably takes to be in the wild card. And we'll see how the Ravens game goes. See if Jordan Love can get back out there. See how Josh Jacobs' knee is. And, the defense played really well. Like I said, they only gave up 6 points to the 5-minute mark, and then you could really feel the momentum switch and just everything kind of just snowballed. Josh Jacobs' fumble, Romeo Doubs not getting the onside kick, and then the fumbled snap on the 4th and 1 play by the Packers. A lot of shooting themselves in the foot in critical error moments, and then for the Bears, just capitalizing on those. And then obviously the crowd got back into it. The momentum switched. During the game, Bears fans really quiet the whole time. And now, obviously, they're all coming out of the woodwork since they won. But Packers played a tough game. They didn't have Love. They didn't have Jacobs much of the game. Obviously, the first game without Parsons. So a lot of things, a lot of factors going into it. I think that Packers-Bears going to be in Chicago, obviously, in the playoffs. I think the Packers will get them when it matters, when it counts. And then go Pack Go. The Packers will have all the ammo to talk about the Bears sucking still. So the Bears still suck. Even with this win, they have to go. The Bears still have work for them to do. I think they play the Niners next, and then they have the Lions, I believe. So the Bears do have a tough schedule. They could get knocked out of that 2 seed and be just another wild card team also. Obviously, they'll win the division, but they'll just not be the 2 seed anymore. So Bears will be the 7-2 seed if it works out that way in the playoffs. So we'll see what happens. Packers next week bring the Ravens to Lambeau, and then we have to go to the Vikings, like I was saying. So go Pack Go. Tough loss, 16-22, when the Packers had the lead most of the game and most of the momentum, even without J Love. And so I think with all those pieces coming back for the next matchup, Packers win it. And we'll do a video once we get to the playoffs. So, but come back for this week's video on the Packers, Ravens, Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry. It's going to be tough. Zay Flowers, and then Kyle Hamilton on the back end for the Ravens also. It's going to be a tough matchup for Green Bay. So don't forget to come back and watch that. So go Pack Go. Thank you guys for watching. Tough loss. It's just, after losing Micah and having everybody injured, no Evan Williams out there for Green Bay against the Bears. Zach Tom also out. So a lot of pieces out. Obviously, injuries aren't excuses, but Green Bay really kept this close, and it was actually probably closer than it should have been not having Jordan Love out there and all the other pieces that I mentioned. So go Pack Go again. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you guys next time.